All right, welcome everyone to the finals of the 2025 Big Cheese Spiel.
Who else wanted Gatorade? Liz.
Oh, Dylan there operating the controls and Ken here helping out on commentary.
Alcoholic except for the Sprite.
So they're handing out the traditional shots of Drambuie for all of our hurlers who are of age.
To Toasted Pipers.
Yep.
And they use traditionally ginger ale for the non-of age, but I think they didn't have ginger ale, so they're using Sprite this time. For those who choose not Drambuie.
I also heard Brandon say something about Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
So I think maybe there's some options for the non-alcoholic. Up in the top of the screen, you can see our matchups for this event final. Our featured game on Sheet B is our A event final between Squeak Hard and I Don't Grate It. Our B event final will be on Sheet A, the Char-CUTE-ries versus the Brie-lliant sweepers. Then our C event final is Mac and the Cheeses and the Curd-lers, who all curled at 9 a.m. this morning. And on Sheet D is our D event final between Sweet Dreams and Cracking Cheese, who also curled at 9 o'clock.
You all stood. I have no idea what the person standing here said.
That was me.
Last year, I was stuck in my basement and missed all this, so I have a great appreciation now for what you all have done to get here. It's been such a joy this week to see you all playing so well and to hear the laughter and joy in the warm room. It's been awesome. You all rock. To the Pipers.
To the Pipers.
Many thanks to Brandon for taking this theme and running with it. Especially in the kitchen.
Good curling, everybody.
All right, the teams are all flipping coins to determine who gets hammer and who gets what color. We'll get games started in just a minute.
So on our feature sheet here, we have feature sheet B, well, this is the A event, so we'll have Squeak Hard featuring Tanya Mulvey as skip, Kristy Bellefontaine, Conor Mulvey, and Jamie Bellefontaine. And also on sheet B is I Don't Grate It. That's Brian Nist as skip, Elizabeth Tigner, Tanya Doshier, and Mike Steele. And I believe when I was listening in last night a little bit, Bo said that this is the first completely 5 and under team since Courtney was 5 and under back in 2011 or something, I believe it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so it's been, so anyway, Brian Nist, congratulations, getting his completely 5 and under team into the event finals here. And on the side we'll be showing sheet C, which is the mac and cheeses. And so that features, should I get it right here? Alan MacNeill is skip, Matt Testa, Sahana, and Venugopal. Sahana's mother will be paying on sheet D, and Sara Hedlund. So those are the two main sheets. We'll also be keeping an eye on sheets A and D, and switching to them if either of these sheets finishes early. Looks like we got the first rocks on 3 of the sheets going. We got, so yellow, it looks like yellow is, I don't grade it.
Yep.
You got that. And on sheet C, you got that one too. It's the mac and cheese is yellow.
All right.
And over on sheet A, that's
Let's see.
what
The Char-CUTE-ries are red.
Red, yep.
And then over on sheet D, it appears that cracking cheese
Is yellow, red.
is red.
Yep. Okay, got our colors.
Yep. And we'll keep the scores updated for sheets A and D as we go, but we will focus on sheets B and C. Our 2 feature sheets in the center. Last night in the chat, the chat was very complimentary of our new view for this year.
All right.
They really liked that they can see more things going on. Jamie told me a fun fact about him, to mention at the broadcast at some point, is that he one time accidentally won a hot dog eating contest at Camden Yards.
Accidentally.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that too, but I did not press him for any more details. Didn't have the time. Just calling for a, looks like, is this a draw in for Jamie here? It was called, or are they trying to put up another guard?
Yeah, they got a hammer, so I think they're trying to draw in. It
Yeah.
looks like it's going a little, no, they're just waiting for it to curl. A little deep, but it'll stick in.
Yeah, just drift back to back 8 weight.
But behind the guard.
Yep. Wow, look at sheet C. We got the guard draw combo for both.
Yep.
You don't see that often.
And another draw attempt coming in on sheet C. Just being thrown now. And so Brian does not have hammer here, so he's just would like another. I think he wanted another guard from where he had the broom. Looks like it's coming in though.
Yeah, that's going to be. Yep.
Well, it looks like a hit bait.
Definitely. And Tanya's immediately going to call for that. Well, now she's thinking about it.
I think she's thinking about which handle probably. Anyway, or what weight and handle. So, okay. So choosing that side of the rock, so they want to not cross nose, and ideally, I mean, crossing nose, and as long as it sticks in, they're happy. They would prefer it to be buried.
Yep.
And looks pretty good. It'll hit nose. Roll a little bit.
Rolled about half an inch.
Yeah, I said a little bit. Yep. So Brian would like to hit and roll off of that one. This is Tanner throwing this rock on sheet B. Sheet C looks like a hit attempt. Well, a hit on sheet B and C. B gets the hit, doesn't roll. Sheet C goes a little wide. So
Alan's over on sheet C. Alan's calling just something in the top of the house just to kind of clog up and protect his shot rock.
And on sheet B here, Tanya is, of course, going for the hit again, this time using the other broom. So this time she wants to cross nose. Definitely needs to cross nose because they don't want it to jam on the red one in the back. It's not going to cross nose. That'll probably just chip the yellow out, which is fine too.
Oh, it's going to
it
jam.
does jam. Okay. So leaves out on Grate sitting one, but lots of rocks left to play here. I'm trying to decide if does he want to hit the red? Does he want to just guard up his shot rock? And
Yeah.
he's choosing to get something top 12, maybe not counting, but blocking the hit or draw down to that yellow. Elizabeth Tigner throwing this. Waiting for it to curl. It'll curl. It might just be a guard, which is fine too. Just complicating things. Yep. Yeah. You can't get to the shot rock directly now, so that does its job. So Tanya's looking at running that back, either clearing the guard completely, or ideally doubling out the yellows. She'd like her shooter to stick in, roll in ideally. It'd be a little tough to get it to roll in, but it can happen.
We're on sheet C. The Curd-lers just wicked their shooter off of the yellow shot rock and spilled to the back of the 12-foot. And Allen is coming in now to try to protect that again, just to take away that potential hit line. So looking pretty good, though it's drifting a little farther back.
So sheet B just clears the guard, leaves the guard a little bit wider. Brian wants to put back a new guard. Again, guarding the shot rock, leaving it kind of high. And Elizabeth with her second shot, second rock. Over on sheet C, that's Pam throwing her second shot. So the guard coming in on sheet B here looks pretty good. Might overcurl a little bit, but oh.
The hit attempt on C is going to flash by the yellows and crash onto the back 12 red. So yellow still sitting 3 over on sheet C. Allen looking to protect again. Try to just take away that hit line.
So Kristy Bellefontaine with her last vice rock here. So Tanya thinks there's enough room to get past the guard and chip out the yellow shot rock, but if they clear the guard, that works too. Looks like they'll clear the guard, and I think they'll get their shot rock.
Very nice.
And the shooter stays in, so leaves red sitting 2. Excellent.
And it's rolled behind the guard.
Yep.
Excellent shooting for Kristy.
So, okay, Brian calling to hit the other red and roll in. May not be able to out-count the red in the back, but at least having one less red in the house would be good, and having a yellow somewhere there. Moving on to skip rocks on both A and B sheets, or C and B, B and C.
All of our teams in these finals have a quality cheese-based pun in their name, some way, in the finest of curling traditions.
You I mean, cheesy names.
Yes, exactly.
Because that pun has not been used at all in this Spiel yet.
I would be disappointed if it hadn't.
All right, Brian's hit and roll attempt. Looks like he's getting the hit. And it should roll a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. Don't think we're counting, but
Nope,
nope.
not quite.
Not quite, but
Does roll under protection, so
Yep.
that's makes it hard for Squeak hard to do anything with that.
yeah, right now they don't care about doing anything with it since it's not counting.
Yep.
So they're just going to try out drawing it. So Tanya with her, Tanya Mulvey here with her first skip rock. Nice delivery, looks good so far. Sweepers look reasonably pleased with it.
They're signaling that it's all, well,
It's
They were
kind of-
signaling
yeah,
that
it
it's
started
there.
slowing down all of a sudden. So
Yep.
they're working hard trying to curl it in. I think it's gonna make it in.
oh, they're
Will it
carrying
count?
it pretty good.
Yeah, just will it count?
I think it will.
I think it will too. Yep.
Yep, just enough.
Okay. So if you want to go to the all houses, let's watch the hammer here on sheet A. It looks a little, might be light. It's trying to just draw in. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd say this is just a
Oh,
draw
it's
attempt.
not light. Okay. I didn't have a good view of it.
It's got to hit the brakes. Is it going to stop in time? No.
Oh,
That's
a little,
one
little
for
too
yellow.
much sweeping.
Yep.
Okay.
One yellow for the Brie-lliant sweepers. Apparently they were too brilliant at sweeping.
And rather non-feature sheet D, they still have 4 rocks left to go, so it's, but red sitting free as you can see.
Yep.
Okay. Brian with his last rock here, so at this point he just wants to draw one in. Ideally buried, out counting everything. It's got to be at least half buried or it doesn't do any good, 'cause that would just be a hit target.
Decent amount of rocks in play on both sheets for our features.
Okay. Brian's rock looking okay so far. As long as it's not too heavy. Needs to curl, needs to stop.
Oh, that's going through and out.
With a little help from Kristy.
I don't even think it needed it. So is
A little
this
of insurance from Kristy. So
yeah, definitely insurance. So this should be a, you know, full 8 draw for 3 for Squeak Hard, right?
Yep, and since they just did that, Tanya just did that draw on the on her previous rock. She knows just what way to throw.
Yep.
Probably move the brim out a little bit, which can change the speed of it a little, because she doesn't want to take any chances on it crashing.
Yep.
'Cause if it bumps the other red, then it would not be counting.
So if we bumped it a little bit, I mean, I don't think they would be too disappointed because they'd still score 2.
Yep. Definitely has less weight than Brian's. The sweeper's working to make sure it gets there. It's the old can't hurt it situation.
It's looking good so far. Yep, stay on that. Now I think they can get
Yep.
off, and that is Beautiful
red.
draw, 4-3 for Squeak Hard.
Okay, so here on sheet C, Terry is throwing his last rock. And what is he trying to do? Just a draw? Or is it? That's a little heavier than a draw, isn't it, maybe?
I think he might be trying to maybe promote his red in the 8-foot a little bit, because he's currently sitting third. So that's gonna go the wrong way. So still sitting 2 yellow, with Alan having the hammer here. So Alan's gonna try to figure out how he can possibly get a third one.
Without risking knocking a red in.
Right. I mean, it looks like there's a relatively open draw to the 4-foot down our right-hand side of the sheet, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
basically following Terry's rock, the way Terry's rock went.
Yeah.
The danger is just over curling and bumping into that red, but even if he did, as long as he just bumps a little bit of it, it wouldn't count.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he would have to bump that to full 4 better than full 4 in order to outcount his 2 stones that are in. So good position for Allen to be in.
Okay, see if Alan can get this draw. It's similar to what we just saw on sheet B, a draw for 3 attempt, except Alan's got a lot tighter of a window here.
Nice hit on B just to clear everything out.
Yep, Brian would have liked that yellow to stick in over on the side somewhere, but poor thing was hitting the red. Okay, here in sheet C, Alan's rock is a little wide. If he gets a little tick off that red, nope, not
and it ticked a little too much.
enough.
So he'll get 2 out of that.
Good start to the end.
Yep.
Our game. Sheet D, they're thinking about the hammer. We'll get to that soon.
Yeah. They like to think a lot. That team has 3 skips on it. There's a couple times in our 9 o'clock draw where Courtney convinced Dave to change the call after Dave climbed into the hack.
So where the broom is, I'm not sure if going for the hit and let allow the steal, or a hit and trying to roll the shooter over, or just a draw. I don't know. It could be any of those things where the broom is. Oh, and a miss here on sheet B. Sheet C, nice draw. Okay, here comes the hammer on sheet D. You want to do the all houses?
Yep.
So,
Trying to draw in against 2.
not draw. Oh, yeah, they wanted a little tick and
Yeah.
and roll, but
That's gonna
not quite enough tick.
Yep. Give up a steal of 2 there to Kraken Cheese. And just in case anyone was wondering, the full name of the Sweet Dreams team is Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese.
And who am I to disagree?
Yep.
Is what their shirts say.
Yep. Good, clever, riff on the lyrics of a classic Eurythmics song.
From what, 1980?
Something, yeah.
When it close, real close.
All right, come back to our main sheets here.
That's the only reason why it's stopped.
As they're in the early parts of the second end. You may not see it, but one of our players over on Sheet A has on a Green Bay Packers jersey, the Cheeseheads. And he also had his cheese hat on while they were piping on, and I think he took it off for the game. That way he didn't fall off his head while he was sweeping.
Not the most practical of curling gear. The unwieldy cheese heads.
But still fully within the spirit of this Bonspiel.
Nice draw here on sheet B.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Full steam.
Kind of half buried under the guard.
Squeak hard getting some good setup here in the early part of this end.
Brian chooses to, he's trying to peel the guard, but if it goes past the guard, it's got the other shot rock there. Tanya throwing this. Over on sheet C, Sahana just trying a hit attempt on this red rock and looks really nice.
Yep, nice hit and stick. Right in the nose.
Okay, sheet B, Kristy Bellefontaine throwing, well, changing their mind whether they want to tap back or draw.
Looked like she was, like the last thing she indicated was a tap back to about the top floor.
Yeah, and wasn't sure if she was indicating a plan option or if that's the primary plan. But
Yeah, that's true. Sweeper is saying it's back line. We saw in our first games this morning that a few of the teams were underestimated how much it would speed up from the first end to the second end. So second end had a lot of rocks going through the house.
Another hit here on sheet C. It's also from Sahana. Also successful.
Yep.
Leaves yellow split wide, and it's not the ideal case when you don't have hammer, but at least they got two in the house.
Yep. It's making the Curd-lers think about what to do here.
And on sheet B, nice hit. Just sticks it almost nose. And Tanya, I expect to call to hit that. Yet another hit on sheet C, so trading hits. Shooter rolling out there.
Tanya definitely calling for a hit here, and she wants to roll it underneath the guard.
Kristy Bellefontaine throwing this. A little narrow. See if the sweepers can hold it. Trying hard. I think it's going by.
Yep. She was just a little narrow on the line coming out of the hack.
So now Brian would like to draw in behind the red guard. Elizabeth throwing this rock. looks good on Elizabeth, but I think sweepers are calling it back house, and yeah, it may go through.
Yeah, that's definitely out the back.
Yep. Yep, ice is pretty much up to full speed here.
Yep. Yeah, it being slow in the first end really baffles him.
And looks like another hit here on sheet C, keeping with the theme of hits for this end.
This one is gonna, no, it didn't spill the shooter.
Yep, sticks around for a biter.
Looked like that was gonna be off nose enough to roll, but it didn't.
Allen doesn't have a hammer, so he would like to get rid of that biter.
Yep. Definitely the right call.
And Matt throwing that rock on sheet C, and Tanya Mulvey throwing this on sheet B. Looks like a good hit, just being pretty much nose, I think, or a little past nose. A little more. Oh, and spilling out.
Yep. Allen's rock spilled a little to the side, but it's still in play, but far enough out that I don't think that the Curd-lers are going to care about that one. Being so far out to the side. Opting to come in and draw under the other guard.
Yep, Pam Smith throwing this rock on sheet C. Plenty of weight. Yeah, looks like it's going to go through. Yep, kind of like what Dylan was saying a few minutes ago about second end, a lot of rocks going through.
Yep.
Okay, sheet B, Brian throwing his attempt to draw behind the guard. Definitely has less weight. Sweeper's trying to keep it coming. Looks like it's going to clear the guard. Definitely will stop at some point, but will it bury? Not really.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be well in the back, so the question here is, does Tanya even try to take that out, or do they use that as a backer to sit in front of it?
Yeah, she doesn't need to take it out because it's not out counting anything. So
Right.
at this point, unless they're going to try split in on that top red or something with her last rock. Oh no, this is her last rock. Yeah, this is Tanya's last rock. So
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I think either threes or ahead is just fine at this case if you don't have hammer.
Yeah, I imagine that in this scenario, normally you would, you know, if you don't have hammer, you don't want to let them have a blank, but being up by 3 already, and early in the game, the blank isn't going to be too terrible a result if they remove that yellow.
And that's an easier shot to make because
Yeah.
it's less precision on the hit than on the freeze.
Yep. And the freeze, and unless the freeze is exactly perfect, it could preserve the opportunity for 2 for I don't grade it. This is definitely a hit weight.
It's curling a lot.
Yeah,
hit
that's the
guard.
concern. Yep, that is on the guard, and so that's going to give a open draw to the paint for I don't grade it. You just got to touch the rings in some way.
And since Brian just threw drawn weight, he knows about what it is, but the danger is this line could be slower because nobody's been trying this draw line, I don't think. So
If he gives it the same weight and the ice is a little slower, that's still going to be fine.
Yep.
Because his last one was all the way to the back 12.
Yeah, I mean, they did sweep that a little bit, but not a lot.
So
Just needs to touch paint.
yep, they got a lot of room for error on this shot to still make it. So
And also a draw attempt on sheet C, which is the first skip rock for red. Looks like that one will stop. Okay, how's Brian's rock looking? It's going to make it in.
Ooh, that's looking light. I think it might come short. Yeah, that's not going to make it to the house. It's going to end up as a 2-guard.
Well, sweepers tried
It was a little light.
furiously there, but nope,
Yep.
one yellow.
So that's actually probably the worst case scenario for I don't grade it. Well, okay, second worst case scenario.
They didn't give up one.
Right, that would be the worst. The force is definitely not a great result when you're already down. Jamie indicating that he's like, ooh, we got away with that one.
Okay, so on sheet C, this will be Alan MacNeill's last rock.
Yep.
Just trying to hit that right out of there, and doesn't really care. Would like the yellow to stick around, I guess, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. If he hits it nose, that'll actually still be good because
It forces a hit pretty
yeah,
much.
it forces the hit versus the draw to it with the tap, because a tap on it, well, the tap would still actually work in that position. So
Yeah, looks like he should get his hit. Probably just pretty much on nose.
yep, that is looking good for Allen. Little off to the side, but that's fine. Actually, that almost might be better.
Yep, yeah, it makes it hard to. It's like he drew the hit.
Yeah, because for right-handed shooters, that's going to be off to the. Yeah, that's going to be a little less available than. And I believe that I believe Terry's a right-handed shot. I don't believe he's a lefty. So this definitely looks like they're giving draw weight line.
Yeah, they're just debating whether to try to leave it at the point where if it's a little wide and heavy, it could land on the or tap off the corner
Yep.
freeze on the yellow. But
I mean, he's just got to sit full 4.
Yep.
Because if he gets full 4, then he outcounts the yellow regardless.
And at least touch 4 and outcount one of the yellows.
Right, yeah, cut it down.
So here on sheet B, and our third rock in the second end. Looks like Brian is asking Mike Steele to, I think just a center guard, I believe.
Over on sheet A, we didn't show it, but there was a score of 3 in the second end for the Char-CUTE-ries to make that game 3-1. And on sheet D, they are still not even to skips rocks for the second end.
Yep, yeah, their first end started out a bit slow, so.
And they curl a little bit slower than
sheet C
most.
here, the draw attempt.
Ooh, is it gonna get there? Oh no! Oh no!
Like out count 1 maybe.
I think they're gonna need to possibly measure for second shot. That's close, and within that far apart from each other, it's hard to tell.
It feels a little more yellow to me, but
I'm thinking it looks a tiny bit more red. So
it may be an optical illusion with that line center,
right?
the T line going through it. That may be what's confusing me.
Yeah. So I think it looks like they're gonna go grab the micro measure to figure that one out. Yep. There they go. Yep. So we'll get to watch the measure on sheet C. It's definitely 1 yellow. We'll see if it's 2 or not.
My eyes don't go down to the micrometer level.
Mindy's excited that there's a measure in the chat.
Yep, she was quite excited about those measures in her when she was being our webcast operator yesterday.
Yep.
Brian.
The crowd loves a good shot of the measure.
So Brian calling for Tanner to hit that red rock. It looks really wide.
And I will be critiquing their technique as they're going the wrong direction. The official in me is just absolutely crying right now that they're going counterclockwise.
I've seen a lot of that in this Spiel. It seems like about half the time they've been going counterclockwise. We need to train our.
Yeah.
Of course, kids nowadays don't know what a clockwise is anyway.
Oh, that's definitely red. Yep. So it was 1 yellow on sheet C. So the 1-point steal for Allen of the mac and the cheeses in the second end. And I don't know that I don't think we're going to be webcasting the playdowns in a couple of weeks, but we will be hosting them here for the men's and women's club playdowns.
I think we're webcasting them. I haven't heard otherwise.
Okay. I mean, I haven't seen any sign-ups for webcasting go up.
It's just they really need the time. They absolutely have to have timers.
Right.
So
yeah, timers and other qualified officials. So I'll be here all weekend helping officiate. Probably as one of the on-ice officials or a timing supervisor, since I'm trying to finish my level 2, but we need timers.
So she'd be here. Brian looked at trying to hit that red and decided if he may be able to hit it, but he wouldn't be able to stick in. So he's just going for the draw.
Well, Mindy is saying she thinks we were webcasting them too, so the playdowns.
Yeah, I mean, the only sign up they have so far is the timers, I think.
I think they put on some ice crew stuff too.
Okay.
Because we definitely need some ice techs. And yes, shout out, thank you, Mindy, for putting that in the chat. For anyone who's interested, we will be doing, and we do need timers because we need 4 timers for every draw. We will have training for timers on Monday the 27th. No certification is necessary for timing.
As a matter of fact, Alan confirmed you don't even need to be a curler to do timing.
Right.
You don't even need to be a club member. Anybody at all who wants to be a timer, come on in.
And we will give training on how the timing works. And then, but for our other officiating positions, you do have to have the qualifications to fill those. You know, for our on-ice officials and whatnot, which is probably what I will be doing most of the weekend. But yes.
Okay, so that hit attempt on sheet B, the overcurled a little bit. Hit it red out instead of the yellow. So Brian's looking to see if he can tell which one is shot rock, and we can't tell. I'm thinking red, but so Brian would like to tap that in. Can get this tap back, it'll be in a pretty good position. So he just needs to move it an inch, but ideally would get it into the 4-foot somewhere. Elizabeth Tigner.
Keeping an eye on sheet D. They're finally on skip stones over there. We'll swap over to our all houses view here in a few minutes.
Okay, are they just going to hit the red in the back? That works too.
Oh, wow, that is
okay.
Through the port and push the red all the way out.
Not the call, but I'm sure Brian is not upset with that one.
Nope, because he's sitting 4.
Yeah.
But there's still plenty of rocks in this end to work with, because that was Brian's 5th rock at the end. But
we've only found just over half of the rocks. So
yeah, because this is Kristy's first shot here, right?
Yep.
Yep. So over on sheet D, we're about to get JR's last rock for the cracking cheese. And so after that rock is delivered, we'll swap over so you can see the hammer.
And full team name, Cracking Cheese Gromit.
Right, yes.
There it
Good old
is.
Wallace and Gromit.
Okay, Tanya's hit attempt here, so she'd like to hit and roll off of that top yellow. And didn't cross nose, but leaves red sitting third shot.
All right, let's go ahead and swap views so we can see what looks like on sheet D and see what's going to happen here. So it looks as if, ooh, it's hard to tell right now if it is one yellow or one red, but Sweet Dreams is definitely aiming at that best red rock that's in the back of the 8-foot, because if they can remove that, they can potentially score up to 4.
Yeah, they don't need to remove it, just move it a foot.
Yeah, they just need to push it a little further back than touching 8-foot.
I'm pretty sure they're sitting 1 now. That yellow looks like it's more than half white, and the red is
Yeah.
a little less than half white.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It's very close, though. Saw our Spiel coordinator, Bo, signing up for some other volunteer opportunities. Didn't see what one, but saw him volunteering. Oh, he's signing up for timing. Excellent. More timers. Again, yep.
Hey, Brian got a very high guard there. He wanted to.
Oh, this is looking very good for Sweet Dreams. It gets just enough of it.
Yes.
So that's going to improve them to 3
Yep.
for that.
Okay, nice end for Sweet Dreams.
Yep.
Or made of,
Are made of cheese. And who am I to disagree? All right, back here on our featured games. The Curd-lers are sitting 1 right now, and the nicely buried in the 4-foot.
So now looks like Tanya's calling for what Brian had called for a couple of rocks ago, just trying to tap back the red bet, but they need to tap it a little bit further
Oh,
because they need to get it to touch 4-foot.
Jamie's getting serious. He took his jacket off. He must be getting warm with all the sweeping he's doing. Not that I have any room to talk, because I wear a short sleeve shirt the whole game when I'm curling.
Okay, looks like it's gonna work. It'll get there, and the weight's good.
Oh, that's going to be nice. Nice little tap. Oh, beautiful shot.
Yep, about as good as you could expect.
Yep.
And it's mostly buried.
I'd say
From
that's
the view from the hack.
99% buried.
Yeah, I mean, a left-hander might have a chance of that. A right-hander delivery is got a little less of a chance. I mean,
So, Gina, the score for Mac and the Cheeses is currently 3-0 in favor of Mac and the Cheeses. On sheet C, you'll see them on the right-hand side of the screen is where those camera angles for that game is.
boom.
Oh, nice little double there for the Curd-lers.
And the shooter sticks in as a biter.
Oh.
Excellent.
That's almost dirty.
And the question is that top rock a biting or not? I think it probably is.
That is certainly close enough that I might pull out the biter bar if it were to matter at the.
Yeah, because of our camera angles over the tee line,
Yep.
you kind of look under the rocks a little bit that are out there at the edge.
Yep. And I have actually stolen stolen one with a biter that was all the way out because this was about a year ago. I was curling in men's league. I was
Look
the
at
vice.
this hit from Brian.
Oh,
I think it's got it.
Yep, it does.
Oh, nice shot, Brian.
Oh. Pushes that out to third.
All the way, yeah. Wow, that
Excellent
was
shot.
precision shot. Teamwork. The sweepers kept it there.
But what I was saying is I had I had a rock that was out on the very edge. I looked at it, and my skip looked at it, and we both thought it's close enough that we might throw the biter bar on it. The opposing vice thought that it was out without even considering that it was in, and so did the opposing skip. And so they threw the hammer away all the way through, and I asked to run the biter bar, and I ended up getting that 1-point steal, and they were a little salty about that.
That's what the biter bar is for.
Yep.
No arguing that.
Nope.
Biter bar does not lie.
But yeah, that comes from the fact that both me and my skip for that that half are both officials, and so we know that the pins are never perfectly centered in the, that they get them as close as they can, but it's never perfect. And so it's always best to throw the biter bar out and see if you get lucky. It's that close.
B, draw attempt. Oh, it's just going to crash.
Yep, grabs that top guard.
So we got 2 rocks left here on sheet B. On sheet C, Terry Smith's draw went in quite nicely, leaving red sitting probably 4.
I would take, at least for now, I would assume, until proven otherwise, that one is in, that biter is in. I think that's the safer assumption to make when deciding on a strategy call.
Okay, so Brian's for his last rock. I think he's just looking at blocking up the draw path. Wants to come across the street and block up the draw path. Well, not really just the draw, but I think it's the hit that he's mostly wants to block. Yeah, he doesn't want Tanya to hit his shot rock.
Yeah.
So he wants that rock somewhere between those guards, basically.
Yep. As long as it's in the path, somewhere in the guard zone.
Halfway between the guards would be ideal.
Yeah, the depth is not as important as the line in this scenario for that one.
Oh, nice low weight hit on sheet C.
Very nice, right? Almost touching the pin.
Yeah, that's what
Alan.
they needed. Alan's little.
Never underestimate.
In big trouble, and all of a sudden he's not such big trouble anymore.
Yeah, never underestimate the precision a stick curler can come in with.
Yep.
Especially one with as many years of stick curling as Alan has.
I think we did we miss the end of sheet D's second end? Looks like it 2 yellow. I don't know if we got that.
No, we got that one.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
the 3 yellow for sheet D.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
But we did miss the end of sheet A's
okay.
third end.
I knew we missed something.
Yeah, so that was 2 points for the Brie-lliant sweepers.
To tie it up.
Yes. So that yellow rock for Mac and the Cheeses is actually very well positioned, because in order to put a bump on it, you're going to have to almost bump it partially sideways, and then it has a red to crash onto.
Yeah, and the shooter is going to roll out, so you can't count on your shooter to stick around and count. So
well, unless you have like a low weight, a low weight tab, at which point
that's not the broom they're going for. They're going
right.
for try to chip it out.
Yeah,
but
and
hope if it jams on the outer one, they may be okay. But if it jams on the inner one, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough to even get one, let alone the 4 that they were sitting. Well, he's got plenty of weight here.
The question is it gonna, with that much weight, is it? Yeah, I think it'll curl
over.
Oh,
Get a little piece.
It's gonna get. Yep, it jammed on the inner one.
Okay, well.
And that leaves Alan with a steal. Oh no, they've still got 1 rock apiece left, because this will be Alan's second, but the Curd-lers have hammer. So Alan is going to throw, probably just like it was indicating there, top 12, just on the left side of the center line to take away the hit path. Put the red right here. To take away the hit path. He doesn't really care if he's sitting, sitting for 2, that would, he doesn't care if he's not going to try to be greedy and steal 2. When he can ensure that he steals the 1.
Yep. I mean, he'd like it to be at least out counting the reds would be nice, but
yeah, he's probably aiming here to out count the most of the reds, but he probably doesn't care if he out counts the closest red that's in the back of the 8-foot. He's probably looking for full 12 weight here.
Looks like it'll be coming in.
It's looking very nice position-wise. Oh, yes, that is a great shot. So it's currently 3rd. That rock is definitely third shot at the moment.
You can't double out the yellows, but
that is a long double.
Long.
And that's why he didn't want to go any deeper to out count and sit 2, because that shortens up the double. Makes it a little more easy.
And so it looks like Pam and Terry decided just to go for the draw.
Oh, well, while we were watching that end, we missed the end of end number 3 on our feature game. So we'll see how that ended up here. Someone will hang the score.
I see yellow throwing first, so yellow scored, obviously.
Yeah. How many did Grate? Oh, that means they stole. But how many did they steal?
We could check out the instant replay window and see how it did it.
Well, I guess it could have technically ended up as a blank as well. So we'll advance the box, and once they hang the end, we'll update the score box. But this way we can at least get the cameras refocused on the new target end. There we go. Ooh, 2-point steal. Wow. That's a tie game now. Oh, I put in the wrong number. There we go. Now it's a tie game. Okay, and as we were watching that, we came to the end of end number 3 for Mac and the Cheeses, and since I didn't hear a bunch of clack, 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 I'm going to assume it ended with Mac and the Cheeses scoring.
They're going for the draw, so I don't know if they got the draw or not.
Well, Well, Mac and the Cheeses is throwing,
yep,
so.
Okay, so they got to steal a 1 then.
Yeah. Oh, and I just put it in the wrong box. Oops. Oh, that's good. How do I fix that? Oh, okay, it's fixed. Or.
So it says N3.
Well. Yeah. So I'm trying to fix 2 things at once here. So now we've got sheet C fixed, but now sheet B is showing the wrong end again. Because I accidentally put it in the 4, then I cleared it out, so now it shows it's N4 again, but the cameras are still sitting on the odd.
No, you can do it on there.
Oh, there we go. It's this. Oh, and that totally. Sorry, folks. Okay, now we're good. All fixed. Yeah, it advanced the end up at one point and didn't advance it in another place because I put the score in the wrong sheets box. Now we're good. Everything's up to date. Nice high center guard for Mac and the Cheeses on sheet C, followed by a 12-footer for the Curd-lers. And Allen is just going to make that 12-footer go away.
And on sheet B, Brian's asking Tanner to draw in behind Mike Steele's nice guards.
And do we know, I know that all of our previous draws had time limits. Since this is the finals, does this one have a time limit or?
No time limit. They just play play it. Play well. They can play ninth, whatever.
They can play as long as they need to either to 8 or handshakes.
No, tiebreaker.
Well, yeah, or the tiebreaker if necessary. But there's no time limit that forces the game to end before 8. Like there was in our semis where we had one of our games get forced off the ice after the 7th end, even though they wanted to start the 8th. Bo had to walk out and tell them, no, you're past the time limit. You're done.
Okay, over on sheet C, Jen Skidmore has got a nice center guard.
Oh, very nice center guard. Jen has been having a great weekend with some of those lights-out center guards throughout, which helped get them all the way to where they're at.
And Sahana throwing draw attempt here. On sheet B, Brian's calling to tap back the yellow. See how Sahana's draw coming in here. Might just be a guard, but it's, coming up a little short. Tap back attempt does kind of split in, so yeah, works well. Gets 2 yellows in the house.
Yep.
He would have rather have his center yellow be back under the guard, but
that was a good plan B for the split instead of the.
On sheet C, Terry asked Jay Mayfield to hit that yellow out, and he got his hit.
Yep. Successful removal. Good peel.
So I think Tanya's hoping to double out the yellows here.
I would take a guess that you are correct, because that's going to be,
That's Conor throwing this rock. Conor Mulvey, and
it's got good weight.
Yeah, the yellow might just jam. We'll see if it actually doubles. Yes.
It jammed on the red in the back.
Oh, and they got still has a biter on the other side.
Oh.
You can't really see it you can see the shadow on the screen there.
Oh.
But that shadow is a biting shadow.
That is tough because she didn't get either of the yellows out.
But she does have hammer, so she doesn't really care too much about those yellows way out there. But
that's true.
It keeps the pressure on. There's no blank end going to happen here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Over on sheet D, they're down to Skip's last rocks. Naomi's throwing her last rock at the end.
And Brian, like a biter here, I think, is what he's hoping for. Top 12. That's just a guard.
Yeah, that's going to be just a guard.
Making things messy for Tanya.
Yep. Take away some paths. It's a good shot. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on sheet D. Oh. So for sheet D, it's we're down to the hammer here, so they're trying to line up what they want to do.
We're missing that score on, it was 2 red on sheet A, that's why we're showing the wrong end there.
Oh, they already finished the 4th. Okay. So that makes it 5-3 in favor of Char-CUTE-ries.
Yep.
Okay, so back to sheet D, since they're coming up on the hammer. Cracking Cheese is going to be throwing against a steal of 3 here. So JR's got to come up with something. It kind of looks like they're lining up a hit, though.
Looks like a nice draw coming in here on sheet B. Maybe a little heavy.
Yeah, that's going to be out the back.
Oh, well, they had the line, but too much weight.
Yeah, but you almost had to be a little up on the weight in order to get through that narrow of a port.
Yep. Now Brian's looking at that port, trying to decide if he can get through it.
I mean, does he want to get through it, or does he
Yeah.
just want to block it?
Wants to guard it. I mean, I think since he doesn't have hammer and his rock's really wide, I think he'd like to have something a little better.
Very nice on sheet D for cracking cheese to save the end and take the force instead of giving up a big steal.
So ties it up on sheet D.
Yep.
Okay, Elizabeth's draw attempt also looks heavy here. They can get a little tick off the yellow. Something might work here. And
That's
well, okay. They get another, another biter, and almost that possibly a fourth biter, fifth biter.
yeah.
But
But now the center, that center
wide
has opened up a
open,
lot.
yeah,
So
not ideal.
yeah, so Squeak Hard can now get right in there.
But I can now guarantee absolutely this will not be a blank hand, just in case there was any doubt before.
Right.
Okay, Kristy trying to find some better weight here. A wide open draw path.
I think Allen is just trying to have them come down and take out the red that's on the edge of the 4.
Also a hit going on sheet C here.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Right on the nose.
Okay, Kristy found the right weight this time on sheet B.
Oh, it's got to stop, though. Stop, stop, stop.
Well, Jamie was trying to bury it a little bit, so that's why I brought it back, but it didn't really help, I don't think.
Yeah, I think in that case, you know, you got to, if you keep it in front of it, at least you take away the option for them to freeze and out count versus coming into the back of the house.
Yep, so a little, Brian and Elizabeth were trying to decide whether they wanted to hit or freeze onto that red, and they decided on the hit. Oh,
Ooh,
little.
the Curd-lers didn't quite get enough of it there and pushed that red, or the yellow for Mac and the Cheeses over well under guard and still touching 4.
Yep.
So that is an excellent position for Allen now to work with, because now he's just going to start guarding up the front. Because
Yep.
again, he is in a position to steal.
Yep. I mean, if we can just look at a biter on that, well-exposed biter, that'd be a ideal position for this rock.
And even if it's not fully biting, as long as it's taking away any potential draw into the 4-foot, that's all he really cares about.
Here's Brian with his hit attempt on that rock in the back of the 4-foot.
It's looking good so far. It's got the line, it looks like.
As long as it doesn't overcurl, it's got enough weight.
I think at this point it's not going to overcurl. They got to make sure it curls enough. They do get it, but it rolls to the center. So it opens up that hit a little more.
Yep, and allows Tanya to potentially hit and roll. Be rolling to the back a little bit, but
as long as if she rolls it over into the middle of the 8-foot on the tee line, that would be excellent. That'd be ideal for her. And Allen comes up a little heavy, but still a pretty good shot to work with in the, the 8-foot there.
Yep.
To threaten a 2-point steal.
I mean, and it's not too deep in that Terry can't really do a hit and out count that red very well. It's possible, but it would be just the right weight and just the right hit position.
Yeah, and that's a really challenging double to make too. That is.
I mean, the double, you lose the shooter.
Right.
But you don't mind too much if you can get rid of that. That's the only way to get rid of that buried guard and buried shot rock. Okay, Tanya throwing her hit attempt. Good release.
Got to curl a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hit.
There we go. Now it's starting to come over a little bit. Push it a little further. Push it, push it, push it. And it's going to roll the wrong way.
Oh, but
Jams on the yellow, though. That helps.
Right, it outcounts all the yellows.
It does, yeah. That is that is currently sitting 1. they're going to take a look at it to double check.
Well, okay. That
Actually,
one,
it could be
it could be
one
second.
yellow.
Yeah.
But still, that cuts it down from 4 to 3 or 4 to just the 1.
Yeah, so now you're Brian. Do you try bumping that red one back? Or do you just try messing up the middle somewhere?
I mean, if I was Brian, I think Brian thinks he's already got 1.
Yeah.
Because he just indicated he kind of wants to leave one in the top of the 12 and take away a draw.
Elizabeth's double checking. It's like, are we sure?
Yeah.
If you're going to make that call, you want to be sure.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're not allowed to do any measurements until, there are certain times you can do measurements during an end. You can pull out you can measure to see if a guard is on the center line or not, if it's during the no-tick rule enforcement. And you can also pull out the biter bar to determine if a rock is a free guard or not during those first 5 rocks. But other than that, that is it.
Until the end's over.
Right, until all the rocks are thrown. And they're not supposed to use any kind of unofficial measurement either, using like their broom head or something like that. They're not supposed to do that either. Which they didn't in this case, but I have seen curlers attempt to do something like that, and not only is that not very accurate, but it is also not technically allowed. It's an unfortunate little tick by the Curd-lers to improve Mac and the Cheese's rock into the button.
Okay, Brian's trying to get something top 12 here, I believe. Although didn't actually see where they ended up putting the drum.
Oh, I did actually forget. There is one more.
They are going for the red in the back.
Ah, okay.
Nope, but it might just not curl quite enough.
Oh, no, that's going to get it.
Nope.
Oh, it didn't. Oh.
I was in a better position to see that coming in, Dylan.
Oh, because you were probably looking at the sheet itself, not the screen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's coming right at me, so pretty easy to tell.
Okay. I was going to say, though, that there is actually one more measurement that can be done at any point in the end, and that is to determine if a rock is fully over the hog line or not. So as if it's in play.
You could probably do that with the back lines or side lines, for that matter.
Also true, though that doesn't happen very often.
No.
But yeah, measurements during an end are fairly limited, and definitely not for the purposes of scoring. Allen's coming in with a very lightweight shot here. Going to be well out in the front of the guard zone. That came a little narrower than I think he wanted.
I think it's still okay. It's guarding the shot rock pretty well.
I think he would have maybe wanted it another rock out, another rock's width out, to protect it a little more.
Yeah, but it makes it more intimidating to try to do the run back on the red too. So
that's true.
It's not bad. I like it where it is.
Yeah.
And Terry is looking to get that run back, being his best shot right now.
And that's it's never a fun shot to try to make.
No, it's a really long run back.
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice looking. Oh, it looks actually not like a little heavy there for Squeak Hard. Though it's oh, very nice. Okay, so it's definitely 1. But the question is it 2 for Squeak Hard?
And I think looks like they're gonna measure, because they're being careful about removing the stands.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna get another measure to see on our feature games. So Jamie will hopefully walk them through the proper way to do a measure, because Jamie actually knows. And Mindy's excited for another measure. Because Jamie knows that measures should be done clockwise, having done some officiating, though mostly as a timer. But
okay, Terry's hit attempt here on sheet C. He had a bad slide. Is it gonna roll over? It doesn't look like it's gonna come. Nope.
it is, gonna grab. And oh
Oh.
gosh, that was close.
that was something you did not want to hit.
Oh, crisis averted. I don't know what would have. I'm trying to think what the.
I think you could play the end over if the skips couldn't agree. Playing
Well,
the end over is.
But that's only if it's to determine who scores. Period.
That's true. In this case.
So in this case, I think you would
one.
declare it just the one. Oh, and it was 2. They did declare that it was. No, that was the 1. Sorry, it was the 1 for Squeak Hard. It was not the 2.
The steal of 1.
No, that was a force.
Oh, that was a force, right? Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Getting my colors mixed up.
It's okay. I almost made that mistake too before I caught myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the way the rule book works is that in that circumstance.
Hammer on sheet A, I think. If you switch quick, we might be able to see. I think that. No, is there one? No. Sorry, 1 yellow left.
Okay. Well, we can still stay here while they throw that.
A lot of rocks in play. All but 1 rock in play on sheet A, I think.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so many rocks. Yeah, I think the way the rule book works is that if there's some kind of outside interference where it interferes with a measure that would determine not, other than who scores, period, that it's just the score is settled on how many were definitively scored. There's very few circumstances where the result would be replay the end.
Yep.
Thankfully.
But I'm not entirely sure that they couldn't have that choice in this case, if that rock would have hit.
Yeah.
That
would be, I would have to pull out the official rules of curling, which I got to check to see if I even still have on my phone or if I deleted them and need to re-download them before playdowns so that I have them available. But yeah, there's only a few circumstances where replay the end is an option or the answer. Ooh, it's a little wick.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, and another little wick, and they're going to come up a little short. So that's going to be 1 yellow for the Brie-lliant sweepers on sheet A.
So I suspect that the rule book does not even cover that case, because that's a very weird edge case where
I think it
all the rocks have finished, and you're just trying to do the measurement.
You'd be surprised at the number of weird cases that the rule book does. Because it would just distinguish it as, is it outside interference or is it interference caused by one of the teams? And in this case, they would consider that to be outside interference. Because if it was interference by one of the teams, then you resolve it in favor of the non-defending team.
Yeah, right.
They basically lose the measure. Since it's outside, then the rules are a little different. Because neither team is at fault. Now you got me wanting to look it up. I'm such a nerd.
Oh, we're showing the wrong end on sheet C here.
Oh, are we? Oh, yes, we are. It's, oh, because they just finished.
Yeah.
And they didn't hang. How many? Did we see how many got scored?
No, it wasn't counted.
Well, okay. Well, yellow through first, so well, we'll throw in a 0 to at least advance the end, and then once they hang up the score, we'll update the score box.
Oh, no, yeah, it was 2 yellow, right? Because Alan was sitting 2 and Terry's crashed.
Oh, was that? I thought that was the A one. Oh no,
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, Terry's definitely crashed.
Okay. Oh, Josh. There we go. Okay. Do I still have the rules of curling in my downloads? And the other question is, if I do, are they still the current ones? They might not be. I do have them still, but the question is, are they current? But that should not probably be affected.
Okay, draw attempt here for Conor Mulvey. Sheet B. Trying to get it past the guards. Still looks okay, maybe. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Past the guards and coming in nice. Oh, beautiful. Conor Mulvey brought to the back of the button.
So here's the rule.
Yep.
So they do have this type of scenario. Thankfully, it didn't happen, but they do have it contemplated. So if the display stones would have determined which team scored, the end is replayed, period. If the team secured points and the display stones would have determined additional points, then the team has the option of replaying or keeping the points already secured.
So the team that had thrown had
So the team that scored the one
would have
the option of just keeping the one or replaying the end to
Right.
see if maybe they could get more.
Makes sense. About
Yeah.
the best you can do.
Yep. Because, again, you can't attribute that to the other team
Yep.
because it wasn't them who did it.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Definitely a niche scenario, but the rule book does contemplate it.
Okay, here on sheet B, since Conor got such a nice hit, draw, Brian was grinded. Oh,
Almost.
Just
That would have been a brilliant shot had that gotten that run. But
the brilliant teams on sheet A.
right. And also, like, he's not going to complain that he didn't get that run because he still took out the one guard and replaced it with one of his own to use later. Oh, we're down to the last rocks over on sheet D. This is JR's last rock. So we'll switch over so we can see that hammer coming up next. And this is looking like a pretty favorable house for JR and Cracking Cheese because they are currently sitting 2. So let's go ahead and pull
sheet
that
C,
up.
we had an excellent hit and roll, took out one yellow, rolled the red over to be right next to that other yellow. So Alan would still like to get rid of that red.
Yep. It's definitely the right call there. Meanwhile, Dave over on sheet D is trying to figure out what do I do? How do I get something here? Because he's looking at us, coming in against a steal of 2.
Okay.
Nothing is truly buried to the point where he couldn't get to it, but the question is, can he do enough? And excellent takeout on sheet C to remove that one redstone.
And also a peeled guard on sheet B, so 2 hits about the same time there. So since I don't grade it, peeled that guard, Tanya wants to put the guard and have Kristy put that guard right back up. Over on sheet C, Alan's calling for, or not Alan, Terry's calling to hit something yellow.
Got a few options to pick from there. And looks like he's trying to get one of the ones that's counting. So does a good job, gets it. And the shooter does roll all the way out. Okay, so over on sheet D, Naomi is about to deliver her hammer rock. And this looks like this might just be a draw call.
Yep.
From Dave.
Yeah, he decided because of the way where that guard is.
Yeah.
They
just got to get a little better than half 4 foot to outcount.
Yeah, it's got enough weight. Is it too heavy?
Ooh. Also, is it going to curl enough? Oh, no. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's going to be a 2-point steal for Cracking Cheese.
Yep. Nice, except a little too heavy.
Yep. So that will finish the 4th end for our game on sheet D. Go back to our main games.
So Elizabeth throwing a hit attempt here to try to get rid as many reds as possible on sheet B. And 1, 2, Oh, unfortunately, the one red bumps into the yellow, but opens up the middle a little bit. And Tanya wants to put another guard back in there.
Well, that was an excellent double on sheet A that just got delivered. And as a note to kind of give you a comparison of where the games are at, sheet D just finished the 4th end and are getting ready to start their 5th. And sheet A is already partially into the 6th end. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing for sheet A. Just saying, yeah.
There is no time limit on these games.
Yep.
We would like the games to be over before Pizza League starts.
And what time does Pizza League start?
4:45.
Oh, okay. I don't think there should be a problem with that. My gosh. I think that might be the world's longest curling game. No, I'm kidding. That's probably not true. Because I know that, you know, the high level, like the Briar at one point was like, they were like 14 end games was the standard length. Because there was just lots of blanks. Back, you know, before they, you know, when they were corn brooms and, you know, before the ice was.
No guard zone rules. And
right, yeah, and the ice wasn't as meticulously scientifically put in like it is now.
So we're clearing a guard here on sheet B. Sheet C. They're just a draw attempt, I guess, looks like. Oh, definitely keeping our feature sheet B championship game close and interesting game here. Mulvey trying to get another guard up or rocking the house for Squeak-ries. And on sheet C, the draw attempt looks pretty good if it doesn't crash. Comes up a little short. So still leaving yellow sitting 2 on sheet C. On sheet B, the guard is going to come over far enough. I think it does. Yeah, so red is sitting 3 on sheet B. Brian looking at if go for the hit or go for the draw.
So I just looked up the record for the longest curling game in history. And now this is also, to be fair, this is not a competition game. This was they did it as a fundraiser for charity. But it was 2 teams of 5, so 10 total curlers, and they curled for 105 hours, 6 minutes, and 51 seconds. It was 450 to 237 after 392 ends.
Yikes.
That is a lot of curling. And
much
you can imagine it was 2 teams from Ontario.
Does it say how much money they raised?
Let me look at the article again.
It better be a lot of money if you're going to spend that much time on the ice. Yeah.
They raised more than $4,000.
Okay. So how many dollars per hour are we there?
About A little less than 40.
And dollars per curler per hour?
Less than 4.
Okay, so, but it's probably back a few years ago when a dollar went a little further.
This was in 2018.
Ah.
So not that long ago.
Nope. Well, I hope they had fun. Put it that way.
I think they did. It looks like it. They've got smiles on their faces in the photo at the end. Mostly probably because they're glad it's over.
Yeah.
But my gosh.
Or their faces are frozen in that position.
I imagine they allowed for free. They allowed for the substitution of curlers, through the rotation.
Might have been a few bathroom breaks in there at some point.
Yeah, I would think so, and maybe a few food breaks too.
Okay, Brian trying to double out those reds here.
For our viewers who are interested in Sheet A, it is currently a score of 5-4 in favor of Char-CUTE-ries. After the 5th end, though they are very quickly approaching the end of the 6th. In fact, actually, trying to get a look, I believe this is the hammer on Sheet A. So let's go ahead and pull that up so we can see this.
So just a hit for 3 if you, well, the problem is if you nose that one, it jams, and they lose 1.
Yeah, you need something like a hack weight hit here, probably. Hacker board, in order to not spill.
Okay.
But it is going to spill, but it is 2 for Char-CUTE-ries after 6. So it's now 7-4 going into the 7th end.
Oh, and was that handshakes here on Sheet C? Yep.
Yes, it is. So that is, I didn't see what the final result of this end was.
But I think we knew who won.
Yeah, because otherwise they would not be shaking hands. So on Sheet C, the winner of our C event is going to be Mac and the Cheeses over the Curd-lers.
And they were the ones that bumped my team out of the finals.
Yep.
My cheese girls.
So what we're going to do is we're going to change up our view. So, because obviously we don't have a game on Sheet C to focus on the side of our screen anymore. So we will change over.
I guess the D, because that's at least the one. The A is just starting an end.
Yeah, we can do that. So we'll go ahead and shift it so that you can see over on the right side of the screen is the house view of Sheet D. But we'll have to do more work with the camera angles for our feature game on Sheet B.
Yep, need a couple more cameras here or something. But
yep. If only.
some point. So over on Sheet D, since we're showing it now, this is Simon throwing, first Vice Rock, I think. Trying to hit the yellow. So it jams.
Yep. Whereas on Sheet B, our feature game, I believe this is actually the hammer that they're trying to figure out right now.
So Brian trying to see if he can do anything besides a draw.
Yeah, so here's the look at the house, so you can see exactly how it's sitting. So it looks like, I would say red's currently sitting 3, because it looks like that outer one at the top of the 12 is out counting the yellow.
Yeah, the top red is full 12.
Yep. So Brian is trying to figure out how does he not give up a bundle of points here and fall further behind.
Yeah, trying to decide if he can draw to the 4 foot or almost to the 4 foot.
Yep.
And there is a draw path through the middle, but it's kind of tight. There's a draw path on the other side that it looks like he's going for. So you can definitely bite the 4 foot from there, but you have a very narrow window in distance. So.
Yeah, because what you didn't see in obviously the overhead house view is the guards that are out front, so you can see them here in our guard view.
A nice clean takeout on Sheet D.
Yep. So Brian is from the hack. He's indicating to his vice to push the broom in a little bit. There we go. I think he's satisfied now.
Okay, hammer on sheet B to save the end.
Sweepers are on it almost immediately. Looks a little light. Now it looks like they're gonna get it. No, it's starting to come down again.
Yeah, it's not going to make it into the house.
Yeah, that's gonna stay out front.
Steal a 3.
Yep.
And on sheet D, Simon's hit nails the noses the yellow.
Yep. So that's a big steal right there for the 5th end to make the score 7-3 in favor of Squeak Hard.
Okay, on sheet D, we're moving on to skip. No, not skip rocks. It's the last yellow vice rock.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
David.
Dave always throws you for a loop because he's a skip, but he throws third.
And again, they're just yet another trading head attempt here on sheet D. And another jam, but
Oh,
the
no, it's
red
not.
spills out.
Yep.
Okay, they lose their yellow, but
So now I think Cracking Cheese probably is going to take it out here and see if they can roll it underneath the guard. Threaten the steal. Maybe get the force. This one looks like this is going to be a nice corner, though. Actually, they're carrying it to be a good deep, though that actually will over curl it a little bit. Tanya's calling to just have them draw in underneath their center guard.
okay, a hit and roll attempt on sheet D. They get a roll, but not quite under the cover.
It's a pretty good roll, though.
That was JR's head on sheet D. Okay.
Oh, very nice from Tanya's team. Draw it right to the button.
That would have been Jamie Bellefontaine making
Yep.
that draw.
This one's carrying.
Yeah, I think Brian wanted a corner guard, but it's more like hack weight.
Yep.
Tanya's calling to draw another one in.
Yep. Nice hit there from Sweet Dreams on sheet D.
Yeah, nobody's missed a hit yet. They've been trading hits all this end, and
Yep.
they've all been a couple of jams, but no, they're all been solid hits.
Well, if it continues that way, it's going to end up favoring Cracking Cheese
Yep.
since they're already up.
Okay. Draw attempt on sheet B. I hear Jamie say it's a little heavy. Looks like it'll go through.
Yep. That one's going to carry it all the way. Now Jamie's making sure it goes all the way out because they don't want it sticking around in the back. That just gives something for Don't Grate It to work with. Another good hit there from Cracking Cheese to remove the Sweet Dreams rock. Leaves theirs totally exposed down the center line though, so just a hit game playing out on sheet D for this end.
So on sheet B, Brian would like Tanner to throw back line weight and try to move that red rock.
So that's going to crash on the center guard, which could be, no, not, it's not a violation because that was the 6th rock at the end. So
But doesn't do any good because, well, it replaces a red guard with a with a yellow guard, which can help, but it'll be a long run back to try to
yep.
get that out of there. Oh, well, finally a miss on sheet D.
Oh,
so
with the hammer.
Yep, so a steal of 1 red. What were you saying that being favoring red?
Yeah.
Favored red more than you thought.
Yep. So that'll make it 6-3 in favor of Cracking Cheese on sheet D as they move into the 6th end.
Over on sheet B, looks like they're going to tap back the red a little bit.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, exactly what she called. Just a little tap, improve it to full 12. Don't think it's quite, nope, not quite to touching 8.
So now Brian trying to decide, does he hit something? Does he try again what he just tried? Does he run back the yellow? Does he hit that rock that they just threw? I kind of like hitting that rock they just threw.
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest shot to make, though.
Hope for the double, so a little off nose to double out the reds, yep.
Yeah, he wants to, I think he's going to shoot for the 12, the red and the 12-foot. Come down. I think he's, looks like, yeah, he's going to give the out turn, inside out hit.
So
the danger here is if it doesn't curl enough, it'll crash on the yellow guard out front.
So Tanner throwing a good amount of weight. It's got a curl. Got a curl.
Yeah, it's curling now, so it's not going to hit the guard.
Yeah, it's not going to cross nose now, though, so it's just going to pick out that 1 red.
It does roll the shooter under guard, but it's sitting second, so.
And helping to guard the shot rock, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Tanya immediately is like, here, we want a 3 guard right on the, on the side of the center line to block everything up, which is definitely the shot to call.
Yeah, if she can get one just overlapping with those 2 yellows to block out the double run back. Then,
right.
Okay, Kristy trying a guard, nice lightweight. Jamie says it's a 2. Meaning a mid-length guard. Yep. Tanya calling him off. They just want to. It's one of those cases where the line is more important than the weight. So.
And that is an excellent placement for that line.
Yep.
She initially indicated, a little deeper, but again, line more important.
So now Brian is contemplating that double run. Does he want to do that yellow? So it'll be Elizabeth throwing this shot, her last vice rock.
So he's going to attempt a run double, it looks like, or at least that's what he started thinking about.
Oh, it's wrong. It's not her it's her first vice rock, actually. There's another rock sitting on sheet C that I missed.
Yeah, so he's given a control weight to a run double. with the red into the red and spill both. That is a aggressive call. Also a high-risk call.
Okay, Elizabeth, nice weight. Looks like a little wide. Gonna get a piece of it.
No, it flashed by. So do you think Tanya just blocks that up now, or do you think she...
Or even taps that back a little bit. I mean, she doesn't need points, so a guard is might be safer than a tap. And tap back is fine if you get it just right, but if you don't get it right, you open up a window. So I like the guard.
Yeah. Looks like our game over on sheet A has concluded after the 7th end. Didn't see what the final result of sheet of N7 was. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Instant replay just ran out of disk space.
Okay. Well,
I have it set to automatically delete. Maybe I didn't save that setting to automatically make more space, delete the older stuff, but
I have no idea.
Double check my settings.
That's okay. We don't use replay all that often.
Nope.
So.
Have you tried it at all?
Not on the new computer. So it's been a while since I've tried any replay stuff. So I usually get it wrong. So over on sheet A, there was handshakes after the 7th end. I'm going to take the educated guess that it ended in favor of Char-CUTE-ries because they were up by 3 coming into the 7th end. So I don't know if it resulted in a steal, extending the lead.
We can just make sure. How about that?
So while I'll stay and focus on this, Ken is going to step away and try to get the score update. See if maybe he can grab it from Jackie or somebody. I don't grate it, try and do something there. Moved one of the guards, so that will help them a little bit. But
yeah, so it was 2 red in the last end.
another steal of 2. Make it 9-4 final for Char-CUTE-ries over the Brie-lliant sweepers.
Okay, hit on sheet D. Ooh, well, they tap that red, but just move it to a different place in the forefoot.
Yeah. So they get the 1 red, but not, Okay, no, we're good. It looked like YouTube froze for a second, but we're good. We're still live.
Oh, yeah, just doing a little spinny thing there, isn't it?
Yep. So Sweepers just escorting this one down from Tanya.
Yeah, they don't want to bump that yellow end, so they're just trying to freeze to it. Works fine. Yeah, that's good.
It's going to stay just out in front.
So blocking the run back.
Yep. Oh, Mindy said that we're still on and it didn't freeze for her, so.
Yep, okay.
Thank you, Mindy.
Yeah, it should be Should be using the this computer does have the Wi-Fi, so it can work either way, but
Yep.
it should be using the wired connection at this point.
Oh, we have a wired connection that goes in there?
Yep.
Nice. 'Cause I don't think we had that into the
Yeah,
old computer.
the old one was just wired. Yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I had to take out the Wi-Fi card to put something else in, I think.
Ah, okay.
Or maybe that was a Bluetooth card. Anyway.
Not sure.
Maybe it did both. So Brian's in a tough spot here. It's like he's got 2 rocks left. He really can't give up a steal at this point, and he really would like multiple points.
Yep.
I mean, a blank end would suit him too, but even still, running out of rocks, running out of ends,
Yeah,
make something happen. So I think he's hoping to do hit the red on the corner so it slices off over to the middle of the yellow and run the yellow back. I believe that's what he's hoping.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to imagine he's got to take multiple in this end to stay in it. Because the worst, I mean, certainly the steal that's being threatened here is the worst case, but even if he takes just the one, that's still a win for Squeak Hard.
Yep.
Going into the 7th end.
But
and honestly, even a blank here would be more in favor of Squeak Hard.
Well, if Brian makes this shot, we'll be wishing we didn't use up our replay memories.
Right? Yeah.
I could reset that quickly, but probably maybe after this shot we'll reset that just in case. Okay, Brian's hit double run back attempt. And, just peels out his own yellow, which isn't bad. At least it gives him another option for one. Oh, well, actually he's sitting, okay. He still has one in the house, so if he really could make that run back on his next rock, he could get 2.
Yep. So it isn't quite how he drew it up, but it still works out a little bit. Doesn't totally...
he's in a better position.
Yes. So Tanya and Kristy just discussing what to do here with their last rock.
Okay, they're thinking, let's see if I can reset the replay. Did it do anything? Looked like it did anything there.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Now it says
okay.
0.
Okay.
All right. So maybe... All right, so we should have replay available if something crazy happens. Sweeping that in. That's going to sit for 3rd.
But the run back is still there.
Yep. And you got to think that's what Brian is immediately going to start looking for.
Yeah, if anything, that red could help Brian, because if he gets it slightly off, it could tick off that red.
Yeah.
So that red does Mulvey no good at all, and it has potential for helping Brian in a low probability way.
Yeah. The only way it would help Mulvey is if he really gets the angle wrong on the hit, and it shoots the yellow farther over and not, further back to the other side.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a pinball instead of.
On the other hand, if he's really wide, he could double out the reds. So
Right.
Anyway. Let's hope he makes his shot so we get a couple more ends.
So we just saw the last of the Vice Rocks over on sheet D from Dave.
Nice hit, but not quite where it needed to be.
Yep.
And Brian's run back attempt. Coming in. Oh!
Oh, he gets it, but it's going to roll the shooter all the way. So that's going to end up as a 1. And
looks like they're playing another end.
Okay. There are 2 ends left, so.
Yep.
So that's 1 for I Don't Grate It.
So basically, Brian's going to need 2 steals here in all probability.
Yep. And he's got to steal multiple both times in order to win, or steal multiple at least once and probably steal 1 in the other. So it's definitely an uphill battle for him.
But he's made it this far, which is excellent for a 500 team. So.
Yep.
Hey, Brian wanted a center guard. Nice guard.
Yep.
Nice tight guard. How are we doing on sheet D? They're just starting skip rocks. This is JR's first skip rock. He'll be coming in a few seconds.
Yep.
And is it going to come in?
Here it comes. It's curling. Is it going to clear the... Oh, it didn't clear the guard. But I think that actually works out for them.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need points.
Yeah, he's already sitting the 1.
Yeah.
He just needs to stop them from getting anything.
Yeah, and that blocks the draw path, so.
Yep. Here comes first shot from Tanya's team. Way, way over in the corner. Still in play, and still technically a guard. All the way,
yeah.
all the way over there. Kind of useless, but still technically a guard.
Well, it can be useful for an in-off at some point. You never know.
Yep. Certainly not going to ever guard anything, though.
Somebody's going to have to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
If you can get something just barely biting at the very edge of the tee line. Okay, Brian needs another center guard. Looks pretty good. If they get it over the tee line, should be over. And if it doesn't over curl,
It is
nice.
over curling a little bit.
A little bit, but it's still good.
Yep.
Okay, this is.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I don't think that was a plan, but it sure worked.
Yep.
So leaves yellow sitting 1, but that red rock there is still in a good place to keep them from, or to make it hard for them to score more than 1, which is what they need to do here.
Yeah, and JR is certainly looking for hit weight down the center line through the port in order to pick that one out. Oh, nice draw from Jamie, right to the forefoot.
Yeah, but it's half exposed. Do you think you can get to that with Yeah, backline hack weight,
Yep.
which is what Brian's calling for. Yep, backline hack, just what he said. Yeah, I mean, you could hit it with higher weight, but then it would, your shooter would be exposed. So you really want to cross nose on this. Looks like Brian's expecting a lot of curl from where the broom is. It's got plenty of weight. Will it curl enough?
Sweepers aren't touching it, so.
It'll get a piece of it.
Yeah, but that's.
Maybe, barely.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Not
be,
good,
oh,
no.
that was.
One of those things where you wish you would have swept it by.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of this end's going to be challenging for Brian.
Yeah, that's almost one where you almost wonder if a sweeper could have pushed it a little further to get more of it too.
Yeah, either way, one way or the other, but
yeah,
I think I would have tried sweeping it by if I would have thought it sooner. But you're always hoping. You're hoping it's going to get that last second curl and do the job. But
yep.
It's hard to make that sweep by call.
Over on D, JR is getting ready to deliver his last rock at this end. See if he can pick out that yellow that's currently on the button.
So we're trying to pick it out or just with a broom? I think he's just trying to land on it.
Yeah, actually, I think you might be right.
If he lands on the button, that's an excellent place to be.
Yeah, a little bump will
yeah,
actually
little
guarantee that he's shot.
Yep.
Because, yeah, that is not hit weight that he's coming in down with.
Okay, Conor Mulvey's just trying to guard that up. Well, it looks kind of heavy for a guard.
Oh, JR is going to crash. But does that take away the ability to do anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really mind giving up one at this point.
Right.
Prefer to steal 1-0, obviously, but.
Yep. So, shot from Tanya's team ends up as a biter at the very back of the house.
So, Brian, it's one of those things, if you were up, you'd want to peel those guards at this point.
Yeah.
But he needs points, so he really needs to be behind guards, but how can he get there? I mean, you can freeze to that red one. Okay, Brian's going to try backline hack weight again with less broom. See if he can. See if that shot's still there, even though it's completely buried from the hack's point of view. Okay, Tanner's second rock here. And it's okay, it'll pass the guard. Is it gonna curl enough?
Oh. No, it's going to get the back one.
Yeah, well, there goes the biter.
And split them both out. Couldn't quite get it to curl over to get the shot rock. That one.
So Tanya wants a counting guard here.
Mm-hmm.
Conor throwing his last rock.
Yep. Naomi is getting ready to throw her last rock on D, the hammer. See if she can try to get more than one here for Sweet Dreams.
Not sure what the call is. Are they trying to come through the middle?
I'm not sure, but they're gonna.
Oh, coming through the middle. Oh, nice.
But.
Well. I think that is two.
I think that's two, yeah.
Yeah, that's two.
Okay.
Oh, nice shot. So, keeps the game close. going into the 7th end. So, meanwhile, Conor's draw was right where Tanya wanted it pretty much there on sheet B.
Yep.
So Brian hoping to run back that yellow, but if he clears the top yellow, that's fine too. Again, he's at this point, he's little chance of him scoring more than one, which is what he really needs, but he at least has to keep Tanya from scoring more than one to have any chance.
This is already moving quite a bit.
Yep, just going to clear the guard.
Yep. Yep. Peel their own.
And so Tanya is happy with a stack another red rock up in there. Yeah.
I would almost, do that, put it out front.
Yep. Yeah.
Put it as a guard versus stacking it into the house.
I mean, either one is just as good for her at this point, really.
I'd just be concerned that if you stack it into the house, it makes it easier for him to do something with them instead of.
Yeah, it's hard to move 3 stacked up rocks.
Yeah.
Again, she doesn't care even if he scores 1 here, which is very unlikely at this point. But there are a lot of rocks left to play, so I shouldn't say anything.
Yep. And theoretically, they have another end.
Okay, so they are getting this stacked up.
Yep. Pop, pop. To sit 1, 2, 3.
3 in a line.
Yep.
So Brian gets this straight. Elizabeth can could potentially chip out 2 here.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Normal weight's the call.
if that guard wasn't there, you might have a chance at 3, but it would be just because of the way they're separated.
Yeah.
But pretty sure that's not possible with the guard there. Okay, nice throw with Elizabeth. It's gonna hit something.
Oh no, that's got the guard.
Oh, and that biter came into play finally.
And is all the way out.
See, it was critical to that play to have that biter there. Or not biter, the guard.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tanya, now Tanya does want a guard.
Yep. I would almost say the higher the better. The longer you make the possible run, the harder it is for them to get the angle.
Over on sheet D, beautiful draw here. Excellent draw. Mostly buried in the 4-foot.
Yep. Dave looking to just freeze to the front of it.
Let's see how this guard's coming in here on sheet B. Just got to curl a little bit.
Higher the better, in my opinion.
Yep. Leave it high, touching the center line.
Yep. Get it over, but yeah, that's a pretty good guard there.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I like that. I like how high that is.
So Brian's got 2 rocks left here.
Okay, so Sweet Dreams Draws to the 12, comes up a little short of freezing to it.
Yeah, and JR saying it's early to start guarding, but that's what he's leaning towards.
Yeah. Though he's still got to focus on, with the hammer, trying to figure out a way to really put the pressure on. If he can get his deuce here, that really makes the 8th end difficult.
Yep.
The force isn't terrible for him here because it would give him a 2-point lead without. But having that 3-point lead without is going to be so much easier for him to work with.
So it looks like Brian's trying to hit that top red in the house and hopefully get a double.
Yep. Try to get it past the guard. So it looks like he's not going to have a problem with. Nope.
Boom, boom.
And he gets, well, he gets one out. The second one, he pushes far enough out to the side that he's sitting second.
So Tanya decide should she just hit that yellow or guard up the red. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, she's just going to guard the red.
Guard the red.
She doesn't need to worry about she's just going to protect her 1 point.
Yep. She didn't have hammer. She might be hitting the yellow, but at this point, she's got hammer.
Yeah. Got hammer up by 3. She just wants to protect. Take one, and well, if she takes one, the game might just be over.
Well, she's got hammer, so if she protects this one and then hits the yellow,
yeah,
she could get 3 here, depending on what Brian does.
Right. This shot from Cracking Cheese is pretty light. JR was calling his sweepers to make sure it gets there. Let's see, it's way, way up in the top of the guard zone. But nicely on the center line. So that will help JR there.
And Tanya's guard is coming into the house, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot deeper than she wanted. But it's going to tap her shot rock over a little bit.
Onto the button. Okay, so does that make things better for Brian? Can he double out those?
I don't know that there's a good double here. I think they're a little too split apart.
I mean,
and they're very flat.
Yeah, they're very flat. I think he can get a double, but if they are, his rock's going to be exposed. And
yes.
So then Tanya would just have to hit it. So he's just going to try freezing on that red. If he can tap that red back a few inches and be shot.
Yeah, I think that's the best call here is to tap the shot rock on the lid.
And hope that Tanya can't pick it out.
Yep.
Okay, a crash here on sheet D. So still very early in the end here, though, on sheet D. So JR continuing the call for guards. There'll be a lot of calling for guards in this end, probably.
Yep.
Okay, Brian's got enough weight.
Oh, I don't.
Oh. Well, sitting second.
Okay.
So does Tanya try to pick that out of there? Probably. She's got, I mean, you can see all of it.
Yeah, and there's
low risk, and what's the risk?
I mean, the risk is she hits her third, or her rock that's third on the outside of the 4 foot, but I don't think that really endangers the shot rock.
No, not unless you like just clip that one and bump the yellow over into the other red or something. But
Yeah.
they're very low risk to hit that yellow. But on the other hand, she doesn't need to. She could just take her one, and that wouldn't be a bad choice either.
Yep.
But basically, if she makes this hit, then it's not much point in the last end, I don't think. So go for the hit.
JR did get another good guard up in the high part of the guard zone, his last rock. So now Dave and Naomi are trying to line up a double run back. Looks like. To try to see if they can score.
Hey, Tanya with hammer. Waiting for it to curl.
Oh, that's looking good.
Boom.
Oh,
There it
picture
goes.
perfect for 3.
3
And handshakes.
Yep. All right. Well, good game.
Yep. So that'll make our final for our A event 10-4 in favor of Squeak Hard,
Congratulations.
Yep.
Good card.
the winner of the big spiel. So we'll focus on, sheet D, our only remaining game. And we will have to apologize to everybody because we don't have as good a camera angles over on D.
DD. Oh, you got it. Yep. Elf.
Oh, we can do this.
Yep.
Okay, that's at least better. I forgot you can do that. So we can get a little bit of an oblique angle look at the guard zone with the overhead house view.
So we still have,
We have
only half the rocks, 7 rocks left to play.
Yeah, there's, this will be Red's 5th rock here in this end.
So, so JR is still deciding guard, hit something. It's like that yellow.
Courtney is saying, help me through the glass.
Oh. So that guard's wide open. So, I mean, that yellow is wide open, so it's very much tempting to hit.
Yeah, the one on the JR was right behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you would want to hit that and roll over into the center. That's
Right.
a nice, attractive looking shot.
Because if you don't, then Sweet Dreams could do that.
Exactly. So I think if I was JR, that would certainly be the shot I line up and call.
I mean, you don't even, I mean, you'd like it to roll a little bit just so it's kind of blocking up the draw path. But, you either roll a little bit and block the draw path or roll a lot and be right on the button. So.
Yeah.
Or just put up a guard and be happy with your one. But
Yeah, take away that hit for
yeah.
the hit and roll, which honestly isn't a.
Okay, decision made. So Simon will be throwing this rock, his first vice rock.
Yep. I think they settled on the hit. Did they?
Yep.
Yep.
Hit and try to roll a little bit. not going to cross nose like they wanted, but
Nope.
just getting that yellow out of there helps.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna jam.
Ah, he doesn't care.
Yeah. it's not far enough in
Yep.
for it to
No.
matter.
Important thing was getting that hit and roll option out of the way.
Yep.
And there we go. So there still is a draw path to count, but you're probably going to be exposed.
Yes. Though they look like they're lining up another run back.
Yep. And if they clear the guard, they got plenty of rocks left. So that's the best call. That's going to have a long run back, and the red could easily jam on the yellow in the back.
Yep.
In which case, it would still be counting. If you get an even solid jam on the one in the back, the red would still be counting.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, so Naomi holding the broom there for David and the hack.
And
Ooh, we got it.
Wow.
Excellent. So that's exactly why JR was worried about being a little bit too early to start throwing guards in the middle and then at the beginning of the end. So now yellow is sitting 4. And so Simon looking at the draw path. Okay, Simon throwing here. And are they trying to run back the yellows? We're trying to hit that yellow shot rock through the port.
I think, yeah, they're trying to get to it. Oh, they're gonna.
Nice.
Yeah, they're going
nice
to.
shot, Simon.
Yeah.
And a roll.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, excellent, Simon.
And that leaves Cracking Cheese sitting 1 again.
And in better position because of the way they got that little bit of a roll.
Yep.
Makes it hard to do the same thing. Well, impossible to do the same thing.
Right.
Unless you like lose handle and start curling the other way, which is a hard call to make.
Yep.
I want my rock to lose handle right when it passes that guard. I've seen it happen, but I have never seen that as a called shot.
Right, yeah. I think it'd be hard to intentionally make it lose handle at a certain point on the ice.
Yeah. Well, I had one of those shots yesterday where my rock lost handle and it ended up being a better than the original call.
Yeah.
Okay, Naomi throwing this, just trying to pick out that red. They wouldn't keep the shooter unless it jams on something. in. Do they clear the
No,
guard?
no, they
Nope.
got the yellow guard right there.
Okay, which is fine too. They have one more yellow rock left, so.
Yep.
So at this point, Simon looks like Simon really wants another red rock in the house, and trying to convince JR of that too.
So I think you'd want to run if you want that, then you'd want to do the run back of the red into the yellow that's in that's the number 2 in the back of the 8-foot.
I mean, you could also hit that yellow on the left side of our screen too. On the left side of the house view, I should say, the right house, the right side of the other side of the screen.
I think that'd be a little hard to hit.
Yeah, that guard is a little bit in an awkward place, I think.
Yeah, those 2 high guards make that kind of inaccessible with any decent weight, at least.
Yeah, you'd have to make sure you cross nose. And then even to be second shot, it would have to roll a good distance. So yeah, it would be a difficult shot.
Yep. That or you come in with like just more than T-line weight from the center out, but that's a long curl.
Yep.
But the high guard makes it so that you have more room to curl after it passes, but still, it's a lot of curl. And I don't know if the ice has quite that much in it right now.
I'm going to clear the guard.
Yep.
Oh, cleared the guard.
Okay.
Yep, nice.
Very nice.
And that's sitting second. Okay, but that's it's really what they need. I mean, position-wise, it's a great place. They have 2 rocks biting red.
Yep. Ezra looks happy with that one. The disembodied voice you hear is Courtney.
Yep.
Trying to give feedback from the opposite hog line.
So I think she's. Are they hoping to double out the reds? So it's the last yellow rock. Red's got hammer here.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, Naomi's rock in motion. And okay, not a lot of weight. Doesn't look like you're trying to double. They're trying to freeze it in there somewhere.
Or are they trying to take away a shot for 3? Oh, that's gonna. Okay, that improves the lie, but it does kind of make it more difficult for Cracking Cheese to get a 3rd.
Well, they just have to bump into that one.
Yeah. You can tell that the red rock was sitting there for a good while because you can see the outline of the ring from the bottom of the rock right there.
Oh, you can. Look at that, just the way the lighting works.
Yep. You don't usually get to see that, but yeah. And it was sitting there long enough to actually put that indent in the ice.
Okay, JR is rock in motion.
Yep.
So just trying to draw in, maybe tap the red, maybe go around it. Somehow they need to touch red here.
Yep.
Looks a little
Oh,
heavy.
that's, yeah. Also looks a little wide,
Yeah.
which probably doesn't. I mean, in that case, it probably doesn't hurt too much because they're not going to hit anything.
Nope.
So that's going to leave them with a 2.
Which is fine. There'll be a 3-point advantage without hammer.
Yep. So that's going to make the 8th end much, much simpler for them to throw.
So their goal will be to hit anything yellow as soon as they're allowed to hit it.
Yeah, and I imagine that this first shot from Red will be Lee's favorite shot ever to throw, all the way out.
Which is usually not a hard shot to make.
No. I always love when my skip says, throw it away, all the way out.
But what JR actually said was on the button.
I don't know that I would do that.
Well, it's not a bad call if you make it. Nothing wrong with being on the button.
Yeah, but it gives them something to work with.
Yep.
Versus if you throw it all the way out, then they have to start from nothing again, just like normal. Yeah, this one's got more than enough weight.
Okay.
That is board up weight almost. Okay, maybe board weight.
And it did go over the button, so there you go. She got it to the button.
Yeah.
And then some.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know that JR really is calling to put it on the button. He might have just said
Yeah.
the button or through or something like that. So.
Yeah. This one's looking a little light. This one's going to be very high in the guard zone if it gets over.
Yep. Well, the important thing if you're yellow, you need any guard you can get is a good is usable.
I mean, at this point, I would almost think JR does another one of the same thing. Because that guard is so high that I think you ignore it for now.
Yep. I still pointed at the house, so.
Yeah. Go. Okay, they're sweeping it good, though.
They don't want a guard.
Yeah, it needs to be in the house. They do not want guards. Guards are their enemy. And it needs to be deep enough that if they hit onto it, that it's still in the house, that the shooter would be in the house. So.
All right.
All right, back of the 4-foot, right on the center line. So this is where I think this could go wrong for Cracking Cheese, because now Dave is going to aim to freeze right to the front of that to outcount.
It's not calling for a freeze, it's calling for a hit. I
Is
think
he
he wants to hit and roll under his guard.
That doesn't look like hit weight, though. I think
No.
maybe he just called the draw,
Oh, draw under the guard. Okay.
because that's definitely not hit weight.
Nope.
Yeah, he's ignoring the
Yep,
shot
okay,
rock right
okay,
now.
so it is drawing under the guard. It's got a bite, and it is. So.
Okay, he's got 12 foot on it, but okay, JR is going to force the issue and put another one on the button.
Ezra throwing this.
Yep. You know, this weekend is the first time I've seen Ezra with a beard, because he doesn't curl in the same leagues I do, so I never see him, hardly.
Looks a little heavy.
Yep. Looks like it's going to bump the...
Replace that one. Put him on the button. Oh, okay.
It's
well,
going to... Oh, it's just going to miss by.
Okay.
It's going to go back 12.
Well, out counting the yellow biter, so it's good in that sense.
Yep. Okay, so Dave opting to throw another guard here. indicated kind of a 2-3 off-center guard. Trying to protect his counter right now. There's at least his 1 in the 12. It's not really counting. It's going to be a little heavier than what he indicated. And it looks like, I think it might be a little further out, but it's still pretty good.
Yep, it's definitely, guards are good if you're you need to score steal a 3.
Yep.
Just to tie.
Okay, so JR is now that he can, JR is now going to start making yellow rocks disappear. So he's going to start with the high guard. And Dave, though, can't afford to just keep replacing that guard, though. So he's going to have to, because Dave needs to score 3 points in this end. So the peel here is going to help, although.
Oh, well. Well.
Oh, my.
Okay.
What?
Well, they got rid of the guard, the yellow
Okay.
guards.
All right, so that changes that a lot.
Moved everything.
Yep.
Moved 3 yellows and a red. But it did get rid of 1 yellow. So at this point, you
Yes.
are really trying to hit as many yellows out as you can. In that sense, that's good. And you push another one to the back of the house, which is good. And so now Courtney, it's trying to hit the red one. And so yellow would be sitting 3. Is she? No, she's just trying to draw. I think she's just trying to split the house. Or is she trying to get one under the yellow guard? Which handle is this?
That's
Just trying to split the house. So trying to get one under that red, that really red high guard. They'd like a yellow coming in underneath it.
Yeah.
Gotta be biting. Gotta be biting.
No, it's going to stay out. Okay, so which yellow do you think JR goes for?
I'd take the biter in the front of the house.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good one to start with.
But anything yellow is good.
Yeah, certainly anything in the house that's yellow. I would leave that guard alone for now. It's lower priority.
Okay. Going for the one in the back of the house since it's counting second.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
While you have a shot at it. As
Yep.
things go later in the game, it may end, it may be harder to find a shot at it.
Exactly.
Waiting for it to curl here. It might pick out the red. If it doesn't.
No,
curl,
it's coming along.
Finally
There it
curled.
goes.
Yep.
They got it
And
and
rolls
spill
out,
the shooter, which they don't care about.
Which is good. He doesn't really want rocks in the back of the house.
Yeah, actually, it's better that it spilled. All right, Dave's going to try to curl one in behind the guard he just set. I think he's aiming for 8 foot weight, right?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't expect it to be shot rock at this point, obviously. So just anything that's more than a biter is good. But he wants it to be behind the guard is the important thing. Behind both guards, really, with that really high guard.
JR is going to probably be getting to the point where he's starting to count rocks.
Yep.
Because it is very possible that this game is over before all the rocks are delivered. If JR can keep removing the yellows.
Okay, Dave's throw in progress here. Courtney sweeping, Sara sweeping.
They're sweeping pretty hard.
That's just going to be a guard.
Yeah, that's definitely not making it into the house.
Okay, so
makes
JR makes it easy for JR to decide what to hit.
Yeah.
It's the one that's counting. They're not counting. Count one that's
the
sitting
one that's
third.
possible point.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice, easy open hit.
Simon isn't complaining about that call.
No.
Plenty of weight.
Yep. And ideally, he makes the shooter disappear with it.
Or go under guard, which is just as good pretty much at this point.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Not blocking the center is the important thing with that shooter. So.
Yep. All right.
So there are 3 yellow rocks left, and basically all of them have to get count because you're not going to split in those 2 high yellows in any useful way.
Yeah. So we are down to the wire. Need just a moment.
Jamie, take that off.
I know. That's why I waited till after the game to put it on. Skip is also a Pakistan?
Okay, David's throw here. And
Grossest thing you could have said. Die equals die.
so David is also trying to draw under the guards. A little more weight than last time. It's got enough weight. Is it too much? Is it good? It looks like it's going to stop at some point. But it needs to stop in the house, and it does. And it's under the guards, so
Second shot.
Yep, second shot.
But at this point, JR looks like he's just going to try to come down to it. Give it a little bump. That's what it looks like.
I mean, I like to come down to it. That's effectively as good as winning the game, really, essentially, if you freeze to it.
Yeah.
Unless there would be some weird double off the off the red shot rock to double out the 2 if you freeze it there. With plenty of weight, you could do something like that. So the game wouldn't really be over at that point, but it would be a crazy sort of shot to make.
Yeah.
But if he does manage to bump that yellow out, then it would be game over. Or even bump it to third.
He's got to curl a good bit. It's finally to the center line. Yeah, they got to push that. Oh, here it comes. Push, push, push if you want to do anything.
Okay, well. It's about as good as a freeze. Behind the guards, he can't get to it. Can't even double it out in any way. Yeah, excellent place. Yeah. So 2 yellow rocks left. They gotta move both of those red rocks in order for their yellow that's already in the house to count. And so I think they're hoping to take that red rock that was just thrown over to be just outside the white.
Yep.
And then have their shooter continue on to bump into that other red. And hopefully, well, there's no way you're going to be undercover. Any way you do it, it's going to be exposed.
Yeah.
But it's got to stay in play.
Yeah, they're kind of in desperation mode
Yeah,
here.
at this point, you need to make this shot and hope the other team does not make their shot.
Right.
Okay, Naomi throwing this rock. Oh, did they burn it?
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh, okay. I didn't see what happened, but I...
They burned it or it picked hard.
or something.
and
it suddenly
yep, and
started
they
going
are
in the wrong direction.
shaking hands.
Okay.
So that's going to be it. Final score 8-5.
All right. So I show the wrap up of all our houses there. So our main A event was Squeak Hard, beating I Don't Grate It. On our sheet A was our B event, the Char-CUTE-ries, beating Brie-lliant Sweepers. And our C event, the Curd-lers, the mac and cheese, taking the Curd-lers. And over on our D event, crack and cheese, beating Sweet Dreams. So congratulations to all the teams, all the winners, plus all the runner-ups who made it to the finals and got piped in.
Yep. And we will be back, we believe, for the GNCC playdowns in a few weeks.
If you want to see Pizza League, you're going to have to come here in person. We won't be broadcasting that. There is a men's league final that got delayed because of the snow that we'll have to play at some point. But
yep.
Anyway, until then, wrapping up.
Yep. See everyone later.